Hi, third and fourth graders. My name is Miss M, and we're going to get started on some art lessons today. I'm hoping you'll be in touch with your art teacher at your school also, and I am here to help you get started on this activity where we'll get to do some drawing and have some fun. Okay, so you want to be sure that you have something on hand that you can write or draw with, okay? So I'm going to be using a Sharpie marker today, and that's so you can easily see the lines on my paper from the screen, okay? Not everyone has a Sharpie marker at home though, so it's totally okay to use a regular old pencil or a pen or markers, crayons, whatever you have on hand, okay? And you're going to want some paper to write on. This is just old paper I have lying around you. It's not special, it's not fancy. You can use anything you want. If you have paper in your recycling bin or old paper from school last year that you want to draw on, go for it. Let's be resourceful here and use what we have at hand, okay? So let's get started. On your screen in just a second, you're going to see our objective for the lesson today. End of this lesson, you will be able to create thumbnail sketches to show multiple ideas, more than one, okay? And you will be able to identify different types of lines in your artwork, okay? So some of those things like a thumbnail sketch might be something we've never heard of before. So we're gonna try that, talk about that now. Okay, so a thumbnail sketch. What is that? Does it really have to do with your thumbnail? No, it doesn't, okay? So a thumbnail sketch is going to be boxes or squares on your paper that are small. They're not as small as your thumbnail, but that's the basic idea, that you have things, drawings on your paper that are small so you can fit lots of ideas on your paper. Your job now, don't forget to put your name and date on your paper. Okay, I want you to grab your writing or drawing utensil, and you're going to fill your page with squares, boxes, rectangles, with a little bit of space in between all of them. It doesn't matter how many are on your page. I think I have about 10 or 11 on here. I have 9 on this page, just about that many, okay? The lines don't have to be perfect, just some sketches, okay? Go for it. All right, now that your boxes are all set, okay, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going to go inside of those boxes. The great part about thumbnail sketches is that we can brainstorm, fit all of our ideas on here. So what that means is that an idea comes to your head, you draw it right in one of these boxes. You don't take the time to think, is that a bad idea or is that a silly idea? If it comes to your brain, you put it on the paper. If you decide later that you don't like one of these ideas, that's totally fine, okay? Now on your screen in just a second, you're going to see this picture that will say 6 types of lines, okay? The ones we're going to talk about the most are right here, vertical and horizontal. We might just need a refresher on what those are, okay? So vertical, we're talking about up and down, up and down. So you might see that if you're looking at a tall building or maybe a tree, okay? And horizontal, I always like to think about the letter, capital letter H, and it has that side to side line that goes back and forth, and that'll help you remember it. If you close your eyes and think of a sunset where you're watching the sun come down onto the beach or onto the end of your road, you're seeing the sun come down to the horizon line. So you always remember horizontal is side to side, okay? These last few on this page here, I don't think we'll need to review together. Zigzag, we almost all know now that we're in 3rd and 4th grade, okay? Diagonal. A lot of us have seen diagonal lines before, but aren't always sure what to call them. So think about a diagonal line. You reach up to the sky above your shoulder, and then you bring it all the way down across your side. Diagonal is like this. Or if you're doing a disco dance, you're making diagonal lines, right? Okay. Curvy lines are fun too, but what's different down here, implied lines. You might have never seen those before. So that can also be called a dotted line. This looks familiar, just like the horizontal lines we saw up here. We have the dotted lines that go dot, 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 right across your page, okay? This looks like a curved line that's made out of dots. And what about this one? It's going up and down. So it could be a vertical, dotted, or implied line, okay? On the next page, we're gonna have some really fun ones, okay? Here we can see all of these different line designs. A lot of these you might recognize: loop-de-loop, zigzag, waves, curly lines, straight lines, bumpy lines. Now, do you think you could get creative and combine some of these to make your own new design? You absolutely can, and that's what we're gonna do next, okay? So going back to our page, thumbnail sketch box, okay? We have a space in each of these boxes to fill with a different type of line, okay? You can rewind your video if you need to go look back at those pictures with different types of lines. Set a timer for 5 or 6 minutes and try to put a different type of line in each and every one of your boxes, okay? You might want to pause the video now and you can give it a try. Put one different type of line in all of these boxes. All right, now how'd it go? Were you able to fit a different type of line in each of your boxes? Awesome. Now is the time to quiz yourself. Put your paper down in front of you without peeking at the video for those extra hints. I want you to see if you can name each of the types of lines in your drawings. So right here, I know I have a loop-de-loop line and a zigzag line right beneath it. Can you name the rest of the ones on your page? Give it a try. All right, so when you're done with that, your next challenge is to add something. You can use your pens, pencils. If you have crayons or markers on hand, go ahead and use those too. You're going to add something to each of your pictures, each of your tiny drawings, to make it look something recognizable. Now, I am really tempted to turn this one into a roller coaster. So I might add a little car going down and people with their arms waving out of the roller coaster, okay? And you can add more to each of them. Now you can see here, I had my up and down lines that were vertical. I added tree branches, a swing, and a slide, okay? Go ahead, pause the video. You might want to set a timer for about 5 or 10 minutes, and you're gonna add something to each of your designs. Awesome, how did it go? I hope you had fun adding to all of your line designs and getting used to thinking about different creative ways that we can use the lines on our paper to create something new. So I have one last activity to share with you that you can try on your own after the video is over. So we're gonna look here again, and you should be able to go see this on your own screen as well. Your next steps for this lesson, okay? You're gonna look at all of your thumbnail sketches from today and choose your 2 favorite, okay? The ones you love the most. I'm gonna put a green circle around the ones that I love the most, okay? You can do a star, whatever you want, okay? Now I'm gonna need a new piece of paper, okay? I'm gonna fill a piece of paper using the ideas from my thumbnail sketch, okay? So I put a circle around my sketch of the park because I really like that idea. Now my final drawing here, I started with just these vertical lines, but I now turned it into vertical lines in the park, okay? So I have my final masterpiece that started with my little thumbnail sketch. If you really want to challenge, after that, write down all the different types of lines you can find in here. So I know I started with my vertical lines. I also have horizontal. I might have wavy lines in the sky. See if you can write down those names. That's your challenge for today. And I hope you had fun. I'll see you next time. Bye.